TGIW. Thank God it is Wednesday. Welcome back. So today, gonna go over the Wednesday pickups of the week. But before I get started, a couple of things. First, it's been a while since I posted a video. I apologize. I've had quite a bit of pressing work with my business. It's kept me from being able to take the time to make some of these videos. But I do have a couple of ideas floating around that I do want to get to once I get through this little bit that I have. Second thing, super excited, now affiliating myself with one of the best podcasts out there, the Two-Headed Nerd Comic Podcast. If you have not listened to the Two-Headed Nerd, be sure to check it out. They encompass everything nerd with a focus on comic books, but it doesn't stop there. They talk about movies and TV shows and everything in the nerd stratosphere. So check them out at twoheadednerd.com. They do a weekly show, and they also do a weekly call-in show on Facebook where patrons can call in and just rap, talk about what happened in the week of nerddom. They'll throw out a question of the week if you want something to kind of talk about, make you think a little bit. So be sure to check it out. I'll put a link to their page down below, twoheadednerd.com. Though I will say it is not necessarily family friendly. There are some cursing involved. So if you are sensitive to that or you don't want your kids exposed, be aware. But other than that, it is a great show. They are some great dudes. The kinds of guys that you're not worried about stealing your daughters, mostly because they have already been stolen by other people's daughters. But check them out. All right. So this week, break it down to stuff off of my subscriptions. Number 1 was Legion of Superheroes, number 1. Been looking forward to this for a while. I really like the Legion of Superheroes. I have for a while. Whenever a series of theirs comes out, I pick it up. Legion of Superheroes is kind of like X-Men in space, but they did it before X-Men, and they did it better. I've already kind of made known my feeling about X-Men. I think X-Men are... The idea of an X gene of just mutants was cheap. Like, how can we just pump out tons of characters without having to worry about that pesky sort of origin story? Oh, I know, they just are, and there's a bunch of them. I think it's super lazy. Don't get me wrong, there's some great X books, some great X stories out there, but on a whole, I think it's lazy. Legion of Superheroes isn't much better. It's just all aliens, and there's an alien for whatever we need them to do. But it's a little more creative, and I think it's a lot more fun. So excited here. Also by Bendis. I have been enjoying Bendis's stint at DC. I'm curious to know what you think. I started following Bendis back when he kind of became crowned like the king of Marvel back in the mid-2000s. He came up with a lot of great stuff. Eventually got kind of tired of him. His books ended up just being sort of all talking heads, and it got kind of bland. But that's not what he's doing at DC. His Superman stuff has been fun, and really excited to see what he does with the Legion of Superheroes. Next, Batman. What are we on? 82. This is in that Year of the Villain stuff that's going on, which I don't really care about, but it's okay because... it's been kind of in all of the DC books, but it hasn't really affected it too much. As far as Year of the Villain goes, I don't care. So I'm glad it's not having a big effect on my monthly titles. So if people like it, cool, as long as it doesn't mess my stuff up. So and looking forward to that. Batman Universe. 2 Batman titles mentioned last time. Did not pick up Batman and the Outsiders due to Batman fatigue. You can see why. Just 4 ongoing Batman titles is too much. 3 is almost too much, but 4 is definitely way too much. But Batman Universe so far has been fun, so we'll continue with that. Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom #1 was so much fun, so I added it to my poll. Looking forward to see where this goes. Always love Doom. One of the best villains out there. Just so arrogant. No matter how many times he fails or messes up, he's still convinced that he is the smartest man alive and always right and always doing what's best. But he obviously is not. Fantastic Four, go from Doom to Fantastic Four. And Fantastic Four has been fun. This run has been great. They are decided to redo the original flight that caused them to get their powers in the first place. Like, hey, let's do this again for old time's sake, but let's do it right so nothing bad happens. Spoiler alert, everything bad happens. It's been a lot of fun and a great throwback to the origin of the FF. Ghost Rider. I wouldn't say I'm a big fan of Ghost Rider. He's always one of those that I wanted to care more about. I just didn't. But the first issue of this run of Ghost Rider was really good, so decided to keep with it. Put it on my poll. We'll see how long it stays there. As long as it's good, it'll stay. Space Bandits, Mark Millar. This has been a really fun book. I think this is the last issue. It's just a short series. I picked up the first issue, and it was a lot of fun. Usually with things like this, I'll buy the #1 and see if I like it and wait for it to go to get into trade, just to read it all at once, because things like this usually read better in that format. Why I kept the individual issues, I can't tell you. I don't know. I usually just wait for trade, but I didn't, so there it is. Deal with it. Immortal Hulk 26. If you are not reading Immortal Hulk, you are wrong. This is so good. I love the Hulk, and I understand it's a hard character to have a real engaging book with. Whenever there's a Hulk book, I pick it up, I get into it. I'm usually underwhelmed. I'll stick with it for a while because I want to love the Hulk more than Marvel has allowed me to. This is no longer the case. Immortal Hulk is great. It's part superhero, part horror, all awesome. Pick this up. If you haven't been reading it, get it in trades. Getting the early issues can be a little bit pricey if you don't really want to spend that kind of money. Trades are out there. Get it, read it. It's awesome. Amazing Spider-Man #33. Yes. Oh, man. 2099. The 90s were quite the decade for comics, and 2099 was right there. I remember when 2099 stuff started coming out, young Patch was like, oh man, this is so cool. But little did I know. I remember I designed my own Wolverine 2099, which I still think I have that drawing. I'll see if I can dig it up. But now it's like one of those things where it's like, it's so bad it's good. Bring it back. Yes, please. Let's do it. Daredevil. Been reading Daredevil for a while. I like Daredevil. I don't understand why so many people don't really like Daredevil. These books are always so good. The continuation of Fisk being mayor. Oh, the last issue with Fisk with that guy in the bathroom where they're all making fun of him. And he's like, no, I'm still the mayor, but I am still Wilson Fisk. Do not F with me. Oh, great moment. All right, so that was everything from my polls. Let's see what else I found off the shelf. All right, got Spider-Man and Venom Double Trouble. There's two surefire ways for me to pick up a book off the shelf. One, if it's Spider-Man. Two, if it's Venom. If it's Spider-Man and Venom, it is a for sure done deal. Picked it up. We'll see how it goes. Absolute Carnage tie-in. Mentioned before, I'm getting everything Absolute Carnage, so that's it. Enough said. All right. So last time I had picked up a copy of Excalibur #1 for a friend, and then I went on my tirade about how I don't care about X-Books, and I am out. X-Force #1. Once again, for my friend, not for me. Unfortunately, I ended up with 2 copies of it. I picked up both of these copies to send pictures to my friend to ask him which cover he wanted. Put them in my stack. He got back to me, told me he wanted this cover. I forgot to put this one back. It was still in my stack. It got through. So now I am the unhappy owner of an X-Force 1. Oh well. Dungeons & Dragons Baldur's Gate, Go for the Eyes. I picked up all the D&D books. This was a one-shot that I guess wasn't on my poll, so I picked it up off the shelf. I do normally get all the D&D books, so it was a natural pickup for me. All right, what else? I mentioned last time I've been digging through bins, picking up the 90s Venom minis. So I picked up more Knights of Vengeance 1 through 4. I don't know. Is it good? Most assuredly not. Is it going to be fun? Heck yes. Am I happy to have it in my collection? Hell yes. So got that run. Was happy to get to see it and pick it up. A couple of other things, kind of cheating here. This stuff came in the mail, but it came today. So we are counting it for what's the name of this show? TGIW. Yes. Batman White Knight #2. So this is the first appearance of Neo Joker. I wanted to get this full run of White Knight. I was able to find all of the issues in town except for #2. So I had to go to eBay for this one, and I got it at a fairly good deal. So that came today. So now I have that run, and I can actually read it. So excited about that. Something else that came in the mail, not comic related, but seems appropriate for this. If you've noticed, behind me, I am also into Transformers. I picked up the Refractor Special Edition pack, which you can't really see much of anything. He's kind of in there, sort of. Anyway, in the G1 Transformers in the 80s, Reflector? Reflector? Was it a Reflector? The camera. Yeah, Reflector. Was a mail-in that was 3 robots that combined to create a camera. In the current line of Siege toys, they created Refractor, which is a single purple robot, which matched the cartoon series. And if you buy 3 Refractors off the shelf, they combine to make a kind of Cybertronian all-purple camera. I was not a fan of that. They came out with a special edition that has 3 robots where they're colored differently. They're colored like the original G1 toy and comes with some additional accessories to make it look more like the G1 toy in camera mode. So I had ordered this, and this came in today. So Wednesday, hooray, everything. I had my new comics and fun stuff in the mail. So, again, Wednesdays, the best day to be a comic nerd. So that is it. Again, let me know what you got. What did I miss? What should I have picked up? Did I make a mistake by picking something up? Is something that's in there, did I miss something and it was supposed to be horrible and I shouldn't have gotten it? Or some of the series that I'm reading, are they trash? And I'm wrong for following them? Let me know. And again, check out Two-Headed Nerd at twoheadednerd.com. Awesome, fun podcast. Check out their weekly cast and their call-in show on Saturdays at 11 Central. I'm usually there. Chat's going. We can all interact with each other, and you can call in and talk nerd stuff. Super fun. All right, that's it. Like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. Do it.
This video was brought to you by Titan Comic Pressing.
Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Titan Comic Pressing LLC.